am so happy to be here today, you guys. Wendy here on Mommy Minute with Wendy. It's Wobbly Walker Wednesday. And we've been talking about environments and setting up your environments for your littles so that you don't have to worry about what to play because the environment kind of dictates what's going to happen anyway. And so I had the opportunity to move my clinic from the space that we were in when I was, oh gosh, it was more than 10 years ago now. So I was in a big space, about 3,300 square feet for my clinic, and we had a multidisciplinary center. And when I had my third baby, I had to sign a lease to, I wanted to go year by year because I just didn't know. We knew it was going to be our last baby, and I didn't know how much I wanted to commit to, being out of the house when I knew I wanted to be with my baby. And so they wouldn't let me go year to year. So they made the decision easy for me to leave. Well, we had a house. I'd always wanted separate space to be able to create my clinic at home. And in Southern California, we don't have a lot of basements. And so when we found our house, it really didn't have that extra space, but we were just in love with it. And then as we're rounding the last corner to what we thought was the end of the tour, they said, well, do you want to see the basement? And I was like, what? There's a basement? And they're like, yeah, and it's fully finished. It's like, oh my God. So we have a basement. And immediately I started thinking about how am I going to switch this basement around to be my clinic so that I can work from home, still have patients in. We have a separate entrance so they don't have to come through the door or through the front door. But it's just really great. And I'm so excited to be able to show you around my clinic right now because it really is all about the environment with with everyone, but with our wobbly walkers. So you're not always having to rack your brain about what to do next and what to play next. And, for us adults, it's really challenging to get into that creative mode to know how to do, play. And so really, once we open up to the kids what they're going to do in any given environment, it's easy. So think about when you go to a birthday party and some of these places where there are trampolines and there are ladders and ropes and slides and things. And the kids just kind of look around and they're like, oh, this is amazing. I can't wait to go play. And so they immediately have ideas of what to do. Now, a lot of those places are totally overwhelming. And they really do dictate a little bit more what should be happening because they're already unwritten rules of how to play on a ladder, how to play on a slide, how to play on a trampoline. And so when we're setting up our environments, we don't just want to think about like having them look at something and go, oh my God, that's how you play with that. And that's the only way that you play with that. It's really about like creating spaces where there are multiple ways to be able to play with what's ever there. And so you can have this space that I have here where my babies have a really good time, my toddlers have a really good time in here. My kids, my oldest is 12. She still plays down here with her friends. Now, a lot of times it's more about slumber parties and being on the mats, but we were able to create this space that is just really like for all intents and purposes, good for really any age child. I have fun playing down here. That's the other key too, is like, how are you going to set up your environment, not just so that the baby or child has fun, but so that you have fun too. So I'm just going to kind of show you around a little bit. Open-ended toys are really the thing. So we all know about balls, right? Balls are an open-ended toy. There's no saying what you can or can't do with this. You can throw it and you can catch it, and that's kind of what people think about doing with a ball, but you can also roll it down things. You can roll it through tubes. I tend to use balls if babies and kids love balls, if they're just ball kiddos, like we'll stick it in their shirt and in different parts of their shirt, so they have to kind of go, oh, I feel something in there. And these are for kiddos who, and this doesn't have to be for kiddos who have issues. Like this is just fun and it's body awareness. So like if I stuck this, ball over here on the side of my shirt, well, first of all, I'm going to have to feel that it's there. And then once I notice it, it's like, well, I want that ball. It's not super comfortable like stretching my shirt out. This shirt doesn't work because it's a nice stretchy shirt and very loose. But, when kids have tight t-shirts on, it's like, I don't really like the feel of that, or like, I just really want to get that ball. And so there's that motivation factor, but then they have to figure out like, okay, well, I feel it. I can't really see it. I got to be able to get to it. How do I maneuver my body to be able to go there? Another way to play with balls is to go down. I have a ball run. This is one of my favorite go-to toys that kind of does have a little bit more of a purpose to it. So but this one's just beautiful because it's really nice and big, and it's sturdy. And it's, obviously you put the ball in the top and it can roll down. But even today, I had a kiddo, where's my thing? I had my kiddo take our bean bags. So, and not just like normal bean bags, but I love these bean bags. A lot of times you find this stuff in therapy catalogs, but you can end up finding them offline other places too. But like, we have these bean bags. There's 24 in a set, but they're animals and they're really fun. I've had these for, oh my gosh, probably close to 10 years, and they're still in really good shape. And so rather than just doing the ball, he was having a hard time figuring out where to put the ball. And so we just, built an apartment complex for our animals. And so, it's really not just about, like, when you have open-ended toys, there's no limits to what you can do. And when you bring two open-ended toys together, like a ball run and bean bags, it's like, okay, so how else could we do this? Well, maybe now it becomes target practice, because now I have all these different targets, to hit. Now I come back and, I can try and throw the ball and hit it at him. And so, it's not about getting all new toys and creating brand new environments for the different kiddos. It's how do you play and how do you expand on what you already know. So you probably see the monkey bars. My son is really good at monkey bars. Monkey bars are typically a rite of passage for kindergartners, and but if you give practice to someone earlier, they will do better. So it's just like practice makes perfect, and repetition is really what movement is all about. And so that came from a J.W. Tumbles. That's one of their signature items, and they were moving locations and didn't want to move that, and so I took it off their hands for them. But the really cool thing about this, and it can be absolutely reverse engineered, is that it comes down into, now it's an incline ladder, so that now you can work on kiddos who are just learning how to climb, going up and down, and at the top there's a mirror. And then on the next side of that is, look how easily this thing folds up. So you just come here. Oops, there you go. See, it's not going to be easy today because I'm on live camera, right? Sometimes it gets a little bit stuck. There we go. But so there you go. So it folds up right against the wall, and now it becomes a vertical ladder. Here you guys on Instagram. There it is. And then once it's a stable ladder on the side, you can tie things to it. I haven't done a TRX on it yet because I don't think it's stable enough. But when it's been out and in its full monkey bar position, we've tied cables and TheraBands and just different things on it, and just had a lot of fun. So the sticks in the back, so many things you can do with sticks, but they're all weighted differently. So different color coordination, 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound, 5 pound. And you can set them up in multiple ways. They could be hurdles, they could be bats, they could just be regular workout bars. We've rolled them down the hill, so you have to carry them up the hill and then place them down, make sure they're oriented correctly so that they actually flow down the hill. There's just countless possibilities. But my favorite thing that I have in here is the stackable benches. So you can see them, the red stackable benches over there. And I also have a blue set over here to my right. But they're like step stools. They are benches for kids to sit on, to climb on, to go under, over, between, set up obstacle courses. They're pretty heavy, so we have to carry them from point A to point B, so it's heavy work. But they're just benches. and then it's a lot of body play. And so a lot of the stuff really can be, oh, and then we have a swing set up too. So you can see it on Instagram, and here it is for Facebook. You can see the swing set up with a ton of swings. And, you can set something like this up in your garage. You really can, if you forego the space for your car. But the thing is it's really not that expensive if you are thoughtful about how to set up your play environment for your little one. So let me know if you have any questions. This is my little clinic. We have so much fun. That's a Yogi bow in the back, which is a ginormous bean bag. And I'll show that to you before I go off. So this, and then obviously the ginormous ball. We'll talk about that on a later day. But, this thing is heavy enough to have really good heavy work just pulling it around, point A, point B. But talk about crashing. I mean, you can just let yourself go. And then I'm going to stay here for a while and just hang out. But like getting off of it, you got to work pretty hard, because as you move on it, it moves. And so, but Yogi bows, they're just such a fun thing to have around the house. And again, there's no age limit to how you can use it and who it's good for and who likes it. And but really just thinking about the type of play. So we're looking for body awareness play. We're looking for heavy play. We're looking for motor planning and problem solving and creativity. And so staying away from toys that really have one purpose and really going towards the open-ended toys. But if you have the toys that have typically, like you look at it and you're like, that's got one purpose, really thinking outside the box and how could you use it differently to create more opportunities for different kinds of play. And then once your child sees you kind of thinking outside the box a bit and going, how else could I do this? They are more likely to go, oh, I have an idea too. And isn't that what we want for our kids? We want them to have ideas, to be able to plan and execute. And this starts at birth. And it's a practice that goes throughout all of our lives until the day we die. We have ideas, we plan, and we execute. And what keeps us motivated is the wonder of what's on the other side, the drive to actually accomplish something, the feeling of worth and self-confidence when you actually succeed. But all in all, it all starts with us allowing them to show us what they love and providing the environment where there are enough opportunities for them to really dive deep into unknown territory, because that's the world we're preparing our kids for. We have no idea what the world's going to look like when our kids are older. No idea. So the only kiddos who are really going to succeed in the new world, whatever it looks like, are those that think outside the box, those who are creative thinkers, those who are leaders and not followers. So we can do this starting day one, just by being more intentional about how we set up our environments, how we interact, how we play, what we praise, and what's important in their priorities. So that was a big list, all from playing in one little space. So love to you all. Share this. Let me know what your big takeaway was. Let me know if you have any questions about what's in here and why you might, or where you might get it, or how you might have it made. I had those stackable benches made, and I believe I still have the plans for them. So if anybody wants to know that, let me know. And we are way over time, but I just had too much fun showing you around the clinic. And yeah, have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.